It's year 18 of the most successful, the most prestigious franchise tournament in the world. And I'll tell you what, I've been associated in one form or the other almost every year, and I still get excited. I still look forward to it. I still wonder which team is most likely to do well, who's strong, who's weak. I did a whole series of blogs on CritBuzz, very well researched blogs, I must admit, by the team there, and I hope you watched all of them. What I thought I would do on this channel, though, was to pick 10 occurrences, 10 events that I think could most influence this year's tournament. And I'm going to start with five on this one, but they center around two captains of two of the most high profile franchises in this tournament. So let's start. Rajat Patidar is captain of RCB, and that is a huge appointment. It's a great honor. I thought they had a very good choice in Faf du Plessis. They decided to move on. I don't know why. Maybe age. I don't know. That's not the purpose of this law. They've appointed Rajat Patidar. The good news for Patidar is his own form won't be a concern. He's far too good a player. I only hope the captaincy won't impinge on that, but I'm not too worried about that. The one thing to watch out for, all you RCB fans, but all the others as well, is how will he be his own man as captain of RCB? There are some very powerful personalities around him, starting with Virat Kohli. He may not be captain, but Virat Kohli is always the leader of the side. Now, Rajat Patidar has got to ensure that he's got to balance this huge personality that Virat Kohli is and the huge, powerful, strong personality that his coach is. Andy Flower is a very, very strong person. He's a very successful person too. He's been a fantastic coach. He'll also have to find a way to ensure that the Chinnaswamy Stadium becomes a ground that is very pleasant to his team and very unpleasant to the others. They're the only franchise that have a less than 50% home win record. And that's because, as I've mentioned elsewhere, everybody likes to come to the Chinnaswamy. How can he do that? That is going to be his big challenge. So the first thing to look forward to in this year's tournament is how does Rajat Patidar handle all the powers around him, the conditions around him, and remain his own man. Point two this year, and we're still on RCB, and that is how do they play around this composition that they have? They have a very powerful batting lineup, but nobody bowls pure overs of spin than RCB do, and nobody goes for more runs on against spin than RCB do. And this year, their spin attack is built around Krunal Pandya. Even when he was at his best, when he was playing at Mumbai, he wasn't always a 4 overs back. If the situation required, he bowled 4 overs. Day in, day out, is he now a 4 overs back? I'm not as convinced anymore. So how are they going to, when they travel, when they play lowish wickets, maybe Lucknow, I don't know the track is this year, definitely in Chennai, they'll have to find a way to overcome their deficiencies with spin and find a way to win matches away. Now let's come to the other captain. Hardik Pandya has to deliver for Mumbai. They had the worst cycle ever the last time around. They had 2 10th place finishes out of 3. Mumbai Indians don't do that. They're a very high profile franchise. They won 5 tournaments. They won Champions Leagues. Their women's team has won 2 out of 3. They cannot come 10th. And last year, they had a wow team. I know they had problems with their bowling, but they had a wow batting team otherwise. Now look who Hardik has around him this year too. And he's got to ensure that they're all walking alongside him, if not behind him. They're all walking alongside him. From my point of view, if Hardik can put his arm around everybody, carry everyone, and the entire flow is in one direction, then he and Mumbai Indians will have a very good season. The good thing for Hardik Pandya, though, this year is that he can put behind all that happened last year. It was a terrible year. I don't think the crowd covered themselves with too much glory, booing him the way that they did. But they're emotional people. They come to watch a game. This time, he's had a big part to play in India winning the T20 World Cup. That's post last year's tournament. He's had a very big part to play in the winning of the Champions Trophy. He's feeling good. I just get the feeling that Hardik Pandya is in a good place. I'm still on MI this year, and there's 2 big factors that will govern where they go this year. One is the fitness of Jasprit Bumrah. Absolutely critical. When Bumrah is not playing, they are a different side. Last year, Bumrah played, but he didn't have too much support. in spite of a tournament where everything was going wrong, he bowled at an economy rate of 6.48. He's a tiger. The fitness of Bumrah and also the form of Suryakumar Yadav. When he is winning games for his team, and he's done that with Mumbai, he's done that briefly with Kolkata, not to the same extent he's done with Mumbai. He's done that so often for India. When Suryakumar Yadav is playing, when the team just goes up like that, he just controls the entire batting lineup, most often from number 4. But in recent times, he's just struggled for form. Look at a comparison that these numbers are showing you. Post 2024, he's averaging 26, striking 152. Earlier, he was 45, 171. If that Suryakumar Yadav can surface, it'll be a big, big part in this year's tournament. And finally, to end this law, all you CSK fans and everyone who loves CSK, who loves MS Dhoni, will be waiting to see what role MS Dhoni plays. And that's going to have a big, big role to play in how CSK go this year. If MS Dhoni is batting at number 7 and batting 25, 30 balls, batting like we know he can, then the balance of the team changes suddenly. If he is coming towards the end as a slogger, last year he was struggling with an injury, he had an operation almost immediately after, and so he played very few deliveries. He'd just come in and start hitting the ball around. If he can do that, not of 7, 8, 10 balls, but of 25, 30 balls, that team changes completely. So some numbers for MS Dhoni are very interesting. In the last 2 seasons, he's played 57 and 73 balls only. 57 and 73 balls. The good news is he's striking at 182 and last year at 220. So just imagine, he's striking not at 220, but at 180, 190. But he's doing it of 25, 30 balls. That'll have a very big bearing on how CSK goes this year. So those are my 5 things to watch out for, things that could impact the way this year's tournament goes. I've got another 5. I'll come back to you with those.
So thank you for watching and do subscribe to this channel.